So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the top tips I have for someone who is a newbie content creator. And so I want to start off by saying I am not an expert. I am a newbie. And so basically what I'm doing is I'm just sharing my experience from like the very beginning of creating content and specifically creating like long form speaking videos on YouTube and basically like how I set it up and the equipment that I use and kind of just like my protocol for going about that. And then I'll also just add in a little sprinkle of human design in this video because that's another element that I'm utilizing while I'm creating content and while I'm going through this whole like creative process and what that looks like and like what resources I'm using, like what energetic resources I'm using to do it. So the first tip I have is that when I first posted videos on this channel, I basically didn't have anything. Like I just used my phone and natural lighting. I didn't even use like, I don't know, maybe I had a ring light. So like the very bare minimum equipment that you would need to get started would literally be your phone, and like a ring light and a tripod, because sometimes it's like hard to hold the phone, but like I would literally just hold the phone like this and like transfer hands when one hand would get tired. But having a tripod is nice when you're doing like the speaking videos, especially because then you can just kind of set it up in one location and you don't have to hold it. But you know, if you happen to have splenic authority and you're right in a moment where you don't have your equipment with you and all you have is your phone with you, which I have done in the past, that's okay too. Like that's really all you need. And I actually got a separate phone to record videos on. And so I actually got like on orchard.com, you can buy like refurbished cell phones. And so I got like an older Google Pixel phone because I just love Androids and Google Pixel specifically. And it was so great. I actually didn't even realize that it gave me unlimited storage. And like, I didn't expect that at all. So all of these videos that I'm making on this phone have unlimited like cloud storage, which is so great and so important because like I actually don't have any information for you for storage. And like that was something that really I didn't understand at the beginning. And that's why I got a second phone, because I was like, how am I supposed to like work out this storage thing? So if you can do that and you can get like an older phone, like Google Pixel, you know, I can only speak from my experience. Google Pixel gave me unlimited storage. So I don't know, maybe try that path. But yeah, I don't have the answers for storage, and I'm just going to share what I know at this point, and I'm going to leave it there. And so the next thing I got for equipment, like once I kind of started, I actually bought this before I started making videos. I just felt intuitively that I needed a microphone, and I'm definitely accurate about that intuitive assumption because I have kind of a quiet voice. And so in my previous videos that I posted, you have to like turn the volume up because I'm not speaking loud enough. And so having this microphone allows me to speak at the volume that feels natural for me, while also having it be like a higher quality experience for the person who's watching this video. So I would definitely recommend getting a little microphone. There's like a lot of options on Amazon, and my recommendation for that would be like read through the reviews, obviously, but choose one that like where like this one that I got, people were like, I was so surprised with the quality, like such an excellent microphone, like I've used it in this scenario and that scenario, and like it really produces like high quality audio. And so look for ones that do that. And like I guess I could, I don't know, if I can link this one in my description, I will, but I don't know if I can. Like I don't know if I figured that out yet. But I'm not like affiliated with them at all. But it is a good microphone. So maybe that's what I'll do is I'll go find that in my like Amazon account and then put the link down below so that if you're interested, you can get this one too. I like it a lot. It's definitely lives up to the reviews and the recommendations. And now my next tip is actually kind of a hack. And this is specifically for like if you have splenic authority in human design, this one will really benefit you because when I have an idea for a video, it happens very spontaneously. Like I'm not someone who's just going to like make a plan and set a schedule and like sit down at like a set time and record a video. Like that's just not how I operate. So what I've done, what I discovered is like I have this little fanny pack. And so I put all of my equipment in this fanny pack and I'll show you what I have in it. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to show, but basically I have like a light and I have my other, like I have two microphones because, in case one dies, and then the little clip thing goes in there too. And then I have this little light that I can clip onto my phone if I need it, which I did use it before, which was great. And then I have a little like portable charging device as well, which is currently holding up my tripod in my car. So I'll show you that at the end of the video. But yeah, another thing, hang on. Yeah, and then another thing I have in here are just like my cords where I have, this is for my headphone because the phone doesn't have a headphone jack. And then just like another cord in case I needed to charge something else with my portable charger. And it's literally so great just having it in this little fanny pack that I can like set it up and have it ready to go for whenever I'm ready to make a video. And I think that's like such a good way to just like grab it. And like you have to make sure all of your stuff is charged. So like after every video, I make sure that I charge like my microphone if it happened to die. If I need to charge my little portable charging thing, I didn't have to after the last one because that's also a pretty good one, which I could put the link in the description for if you're interested in that as well. And I also got this fanny pack on Amazon. So I guess I could link all of this stuff. I'm not making this video for that, but like if I were wanting to like get started in content creation, I would want to know like different equipment to use and also like quality equipment, right? Like you can get a ton of different tripods or like phone lights or whatever, and not all of them are like good quality, right? So it's nice to know when someone's purchased something that is quality, that like we can like share it with one another. So like that's the benefit of this. The next couple clips are just more like my like protocol for like setting up my content creation experience. Yeah, so because I have two phones, I have to hotspot one of them. And so I basically do that to start so I don't have to do it afterwards. And then I also clear space on my like recording phone so that I also don't have to be worried about like running out of space while I'm mid video. So those are two things that I do to, set myself up. And another thing I do before I start the video is I just make like little point form notes. So I already know the video that I want to create because I've already had that idea. And so now that I'm in the moment of like, I feel inspired to make the video, then I make sure that I have like just key points that I want to talk about. Because if I have too many laid out in like too much detail, it actually like inhibits my ability to express myself in the way that I want to, because I'm too concerned about trying to like have it be exactly the way that I wrote it down. So I keep the topics broad so that when I'm in the moment, I can just share whatever naturally comes out of me. And I just find that to be like so much more fulfilling, like, you want to keep it organized by having some points, but like you want to also keep it natural. Like you don't want it to be so like rigid and so like this point, that point, that point. Like my approach to making these videos is always like, I want it to feel like a conversation. Like I want it to feel like I'm just like speaking with somebody or like on a video call with someone. And we're just kind of like going back and forth. And I'm just like sharing insights about whatever the topic is, like that just feels the most like genuine for me, right? And so another strategy that I use is while I'm making the video, I don't let it just like run through. I actually pause the video in between as I'm like collecting my thoughts so that I don't have to edit as much. Because at the beginning, I was like, whenever I like make a video and I have to do a lot of editing for it, I've never posted the video. It like becomes too overwhelming for me as like a new person and who like I don't really know how to edit. Like I kind of just like figured out the basic like where you split and delete. And like that's basically all I know how to do. And that's kind of all you have to do at the beginning, really, is like you want to edit out the pieces. Let's say like something kind of like went off tangent. I would probably edit that part out, right? Or if there's like a really long pause, like if I like accidentally didn't hit the button properly when I was pausing it, I would edit out a little clip of that. And then maybe like at the beginning, if I like took a second to get into it, and then I would probably like clip the beginning of it. But yeah, if I like just let the video run through, I would have so much more editing for me to do because I would be like all of the in betweens of me like losing my train of thought or like needing to like collect myself. Then I would be like, oh, okay, I have to take that out and I have to take that out and I have to take that out. And that would just take so much more time. So definitely like there's a pause button there for a reason, right? Pause the video, gather your thoughts, and then come back to it and share the piece of information that you want to share. And also another tip for editing, like whatever platform you're on, I'm pretty sure that this applies. Like whether you edit it on TikTok or Instagram, you can't actually download your videos, but I think TikTok you can. But like doing it on CapCut just kind of cuts through all of that. So that's what I've been using. And I can just have it on my phone and I upload the video onto CapCut. And or like sometimes if I have like a couple clips that I have to put in, I just make sure that the clips are like one after another so that I don't get overwhelmed. Like that's another tip, that like if you have a bunch of like random things in between the video that you're editing, it's for me hard to keep track. So I make sure that I like delete anything that's in between that I like didn't need to be there, like an accidental like panning of the room or like a photo that you take by accident, because that happens, right? I make sure that I've deleted those so that when I'm in CapCut, I can just go like each video is like right after each other. So it's just so much easier to see, you know, like we're newbies, we're at the beginning, right? We're trying to like make things as like simple as possible and not get overwhelmed so that we can continue moving forward on this process and continue learning, right? And then once we learn, then we can add more. But yeah, the thing I was going to say is when you're editing the video and you all you have to do is split and delete. Okay. So you go to the spot on the video that you like, the beginning point that you want to take out. Okay. So it like your video is like rolling and then you stop it here. And you're like, okay, at this point, I want this clip, this section to no longer be in my video. And then you hit the split button at the bottom. And I don't know, you have to hit like edit and then you hit split or something like that. Yeah, you'll see that, edit and then split. And then what you do is you let the video play until the end point that you want to take that section out. And then you pause the video at that point. And then you hit split again, right? So now what it does is it gives you like this little like chunk in the middle of your video that you can delete, that you can take out. But sometimes it's like really small. Like sometimes you're like, oh, I only want to take out like 2 seconds or whatever, right? Because it's just like that little bit. And what I did at the beginning, I was like, I would have to like zoom in, because you can either zoom in or zoom out of the video, whatever it's called. And that'll like help you fast forward faster, you know, depending on like if you're zoomed in or zoomed out. So when I zoomed in, because I was trying to like select that little like 2-second window to try and delete it, it was so hard. And I spent so much time trying to do that. And just, I would like click in the wrong place because it was such a small area. But now what I've discovered is I just fast forward it. So the bar, there's like a bar, like a real time bar basically of like where you are in the video. And all you have to do is move that bar over that little 2-second section and it highlights it for you. And then you can delete it because whatever's highlighted is where you're editing. So you actually don't have to select where you are, which I didn't know and I didn't realize. And so now that I know it, I'm sharing it because it's so valuable. It like saves me so much time. And then now I also know that I can just slide over to the next section and it highlights it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm in the right spot and I can continue watching the video so that I can, the next time I want to edit something and like delete a little section, then I'm already set up for it. Also, the next tip I have is about taking a photo of yourself in the scene of the video where you're recording. And like it doesn't necessarily have to be of you. Like you could take it of like your environment or whatever. But I like doing that in the moment because it gives like, you know, when people upload a totally different video to their like speaking video, that's like fine for them. But I don't really like that. Like I don't want to see a photo of you from like some other place of you like looking really hot and then you are actually just like talking somewhere and you look like you're not wearing makeup and you're just like chilling, you know? And I just like there to be like continuity. Personally, that's something that I like. And so what I've noticed in the past is if I forget to take the video, or sorry, if I forget to take a photo at the beginning, then I won't. Basically, I'll just like continue on. I'll go to the next step and then I'll be like, dang, I didn't do that photo. So what I do now is I just take it right at the beginning. That's like one of my first steps that I do is I take a photo so that I have something for my thumbnail. Because if you don't have a photo that's like a proper photo, it's just going to be like while you're talking and it doesn't always work out. Like I guess I could pause if you forget, you know, you could also have this as a practice that like while you're speaking, you could slow it down and like have a moment where you pause and you're smiling like that so that in the thumbnail, I could just like find that spot and then it kind of looks more normal. Like I'm like, you know, not like your face gets all weird when you're talking and you try and like get a clip out of it, you know? Yeah. And so another good tip, this is going to be more on the side of if you have splenic authority, you're going to benefit from this. But I have to do the whole thing in one sitting. Like I have to, when I have the inspiration to make a video, I have to record the video in one spot. And then right after that, go into CapCut, edit the video, and then right after that, go into YouTube and upload the video. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. And there is one little caveat to this that if you, let's say, like in the last video I made, like about splenic authority and explaining it and like interpreting signals from the splenic center, the spleen center, I couldn't edit it right afterwards. So like I want to watch the video, right? And I also have to edit the video. But then when I like didn't have time to do that. So see, I was like losing my train of thought there. And had I let the video continue, I would have like this big section to edit out of like, what am I saying? What am I doing? But now I can just like pause it and be like, what the heck was I saying? And so, yeah, what I did the last time, because I couldn't edit it right away after I made the video, I kept it on my mind. I was like, gotta do that, gotta edit it. Like I still stayed like connected to the energy that I had while I was creating the video. And then at the first opportunity that I had, I like watched the video and edited it. And then I posted it. And so like I was like, as it was exporting and then also as it was uploading, I continued on like with the other things that I had to do. So I like didn't like, you know, do what you can, right? Like do what you can when you can. And if it looks different at the beginning, then that's the way that it looks. Like I was like making dinner as I was exporting it and uploading it, you know, because that's what I had to do. And so I already mentioned this, but definitely charge all of your devices after you use it. Cause like you want to make sure that you have your microphone ready to go, that it's charged, that you have your, like my light died as well. That was another thing. And so I charged my light so that if the light's pretty good right now, but I don't have to wait for anything. Like if I needed to use this light right now, I could, and it's fully charged. So just like those are little things to like set yourself up for success. Because especially like if you're at the beginning of creating content, you're probably doing other things as well. Like you probably have another job, you probably have like other things going on in your life. Like you're not doing content full time, I guess is my point. But how do you get there? If you're wanting to do content full time, what does that look like? Number one, how can you make it sustainable for yourself? Number two, and then how do you get there? Number three, like how do you incorporate it into your life, your current schedule, until you get to the point where maybe it does become your full-time job, And also, this is just me talking from my experience. This is not me. I haven't gotten there yet. That I would like to do that, right? That's why I'm doing all of this. But what does it look like before you get there? And I think that's something that people don't share. So that's why I'm sharing it. And then the last thing to wrap up this video is actually something I'm wanting to experiment with next, because I have like a little Bluetooth remote for my phone that like you can use to like take photos, right? And like pause and stop videos. And so instead of me having to like lean forward, because sometimes wherever I've like set up the tripod is a little bit like too far out of my reach. And so then I'm having to like lean forward every time to like pause the video. Where instead, like if I just had a little remote here, then I wouldn't have to like, sometimes I have to change hands based on like my little like setup here, which is like totally haphazard, but like it's working right now. Right. So that's the next thing I'm going to experiment with, is like having a little Bluetooth remote so that I can just pause the video super easily and not have to like jeopardize or compromise the location that I want to set up my phone, my camera in, because I need like access to be able to pause the video. See, this is a prime example. I had to move my little thing, and if I had a remote, then it would have worked out better. And so this is the little portable charger thing that I have. It's surprisingly good. You can charge like a bunch of different stuff here. And you can get like a few really good charges out of this. So I have really been enjoying it, and I will link all of the equipment that I used in this video down below in the description box. So that if you're a new content creator and you're new to this whole experience, that, this could benefit you and help you the way that it's helped me, because I've discovered some like pretty good stuff. So yeah, I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you in the next video.